Today! That's right, folks, right here, right now, prepared to get absolutely annihilated as we pit competitors from all over the world against each other in the Bestie Bowl, a battle of the calories. You heard that right. We'll be comparing some food and absolutely obliterating your mind when we reveal their calorie counts. Forget everything you've ever known about weight loss, and whatever you do, don't exit this video anytime soon. But first, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell while you're at it, because you would never want to miss the world's best food fights. When it comes to losing weight and overall health, it's easy to jump on the bandwagon that consists of people counting calories and cutting food so they don't exceed their daily requirement. But maybe it's not as simple as we make it out to be. Cutting your calorie intake doesn't always mean cutting your portion size. It's being aware of the amount of calories in the food and realizing if that food is actually healthy for your body. For example, you could be eating a type of peanut butter that contains 100 calories per scoop. So you decide to cut down your scoops. But there could be an even healthier brand of peanut butter that contains the same portion but has 5 fewer grams of fat. Keep watching for more comparisons of foods that will change the way you look at calories. Almonds versus Fruit Pastilles. Naturally, when you look at this comparison, you're automatically thinking that the almonds are the first choice for most. Both contain the exact same amount of calories, but the almonds contain loads of nutrients that will keep you fuller for long periods of time. But if you're someone who has a diet that consists of a ton of healthy foods, you might take the Fruit Pastilles. Why? Maybe because you want something that will make you happy, which is a big part of staying healthy. Milk chocolate versus dark chocolate. If you look at 100 grams of both, they might be the same portion. The calories for each are different. Most people don't know, but dark chocolate actually contains more calories than milk chocolate. Yes, the calorie intake is higher than milk chocolate, but dark chocolate contains less sugar. Plus, it has more fiber and iron than milk chocolate. Salt and vinegar chips versus root vegetable chips. Picture this. You've got 2 different bowls of chips. Both bowls contain 40 grams of chips. The bowl on the left contains salt and vinegar, and the bowl on the right is mixed root vegetable. Although the difference between the calories is small, you were probably thinking that the root vegetable bowl would contain fewer calories. But you'd be wrong, as it's the salt and vinegar ones that have fewer calories. This is just to point out that sometimes there isn't much difference between the product that is deemed the healthy alternative and the real thing. Water versus flavored water. Yes, we all know that the taste of water can be pretty bland at times. Unless you're dehydrated, then it's the best tasting thing on the face of this earth. But for those who like their flavored water, did you ever think for a second that it would contain calories? Well, surprise, it does. What Twix considers one serving versus real-life serving, i.e. the whole chocolate bar. If you're someone who's very mindful of their calories, this is a perfect example of how important it is to read the labels and not what it says in large font. Remember, what Twix considers a serving is about 1/2 of the actual bar. So when they say you're only getting 125 calories from their chocolate bar, what they actually mean is you'll only get 125 calories if you eat half of it. If you eat the whole thing, you'll be eating 250 calories. White Americano versus flat white. Starbucks. Going in there can be very confusing at times. What happened to the old days where people just drank their coffee black? Anyway, let's talk about their white Americano and their flat white for a moment. Here's the calorie comparison between the two. The white Americano, 45 calories. The flat white latte, 290 calories. Jeez, that's a jump. So for those of you who love Starbucks, but also want to lose weight, maybe you should swap out the flat white latte with a white Americano. It will save you 250 calories. Solero ice cream versus Magnum ice cream. If losing immediate weight is the goal, Solero would be the best choice. But if you have a very high calorie diet and are looking to cut down, Magnum is still a healthy choice. It just depends on how much calories you need to cut. A healthy breakfast versus a guilty treat. Today, we're going to be comparing 2 different brands of the world's most favorite breakfast. Digestive biscuits. You heard right, so let's get started. In one corner, we have the Belvitas, and in the next, we have McVitie's. When you eat 4 of these biscuits, if it's the Belvitas you're choosing, then you'll gain 230 calories. If you choose McVitie's, however, you'll be gaining 284 calories. They almost have the same amount of calories, with the digestive biscuits containing more protein and lower sugar than the Belvitas. Granted, the Belvitas have more micronutrients, but it's not by much. Fat loss food versus fattening food. We hate to break it to you guys, but we have a hard truth. Are you sitting? Good, because there is no single food that will cause you to gain weight. Consuming more calories than you're expending on a regular basis will cause you to gain weight. The same goes for weight loss. No single food will cause you to lose weight. Eating fewer calories than you are expending will help you to lose weight. 100 grams of milk chocolate versus 100 grams of gluten-free, wheat-free, and milk-free chocolate. There has been this conception that free-from products transition into weight loss, but as it turns out, this is not the case. Just because something is gluten-free doesn't mean it has fewer calories than something that does. For example, when we compared 2 different brands of chocolate, we found that the 100 grams of milk chocolate contained 565 calories, and the 100 grams of gluten-free, wheat-free, and milk-free chocolate contained 570. Always read the label when you're trying to achieve your fitness goal. Toast and butter versus toast and butter. Let's bring you back to the Imagination Thunderdome. In the left corner, we have a piece of toast with an unnoticeable amount of butter on it. In the right corner, there's a piece of toast where you can still see some white on it because of all the butter that was spread onto it. To the naked eye, these essentially look the same. And they are, except for one small thing: the calories. The piece of toast on the right contains 96 more calories only because of the amount of butter that has been spread across. Sometimes it's not what you eat, but just how much of it you consume. 2 salads that are the same size, but the second one has avocado, cheese, croutons, and dressing. You heard it all in the title, folks, and boy, is there a calorie difference. The first salad might be boring, but it only has 267 calories, where the second, more fun salad has 569. Salads are a very beneficial way to pack micronutrients. But as you can see, not all salads are as healthy as they may seem. Always be aware of the individual components that come with the meal you are eating and how it will sit in context to the rest of your day. Some ingredients may digest slowly, which will not bode well for your weight loss goals. Fresh strawberries versus dry strawberries. Wait a minute, we have a tie! Both dry and fresh strawberries contain the same amount of calories, but for convenience, dry fruit could be the better option. However, if weight loss is the ultimate goal, fresh strawberries would be the ideal choice. Choose the right beef. Let's go to the Imagination Thunderdome one last time. You see 2 bowls of pasta in front of you. They look practically identical. Pasta, beef, pasta sauce. You know, the works. Both bowls contain the same amount of food, but the bowl on the left was cooked with light cooking oil and beef with only 5% fat, whereas the bowl on the right used olive oil and beef with 12% fat. Be aware of the micronutrients that are in the ingredients of the food you are cooking. Sometimes they're lacking what you need, which in turn can increase your calorie intake. And that wraps up the Bestie Bowl. Did you learn anything about calories? Did we make good on our promise to blow your mind? Is there anything else you might want to share with your fellow Bestie viewers? Let us know in the comment section below what you thought. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.